So I'm going to work out one more example. Sometimes in the course you may see integrals of the form t times e to the negative j omega t, where omega may be some parameter and the integral is with respect to t. And in these cases you will have to use integration by parts. And so let me just work out one example of where you have to use integration by parts. And notice that in this case the integral is with respect to t, so your final answer should be a function of omega. Right? Okay. So how do you integrate this? We set u to be t, and we set dv to be e to the negative j omega t. Because we know that it's easy to take the derivative of t. So du must be equal to dt, and v is e to the negative j omega t divided by negative j omega. And so the integral then becomes u times v, which is t times e to the negative j omega t divided by negative j omega, uv minus integral v du. So we get minus the integral of v, which is e to the negative j omega t divided by negative j omega dt. So we get e to the negative j omega t divided by negative j omega dt. Now, of course, we can take these two negatives and we can rewrite this as plus. And now this integral, notice that this integral is with respect to t, so I can factor this 1 over j omega outside the integral, and then we will be left with integral 0 to 1 of just e to the negative j omega t dt, and that is e to the negative j omega t divided by negative j omega. Right, so we are going to get, we have the first term as it is, and we're going to get so j omega times negative j omega is of course omega squared, so we can replace these two with omega squared, and we can substitute the limit 0 to 1. So for the first term, you can see that when we substitute the upper limit, we simply get e to the negative j omega. And when I substitute the lower limit, I'm going to get 0. So the first term, we were simply going to be left with this, e to the negative j omega divided by negative j omega. And for the second term, we're going to get e to the negative j omega. When I substitute the upper limit, I get 1. When I substitute the lower limit, so we're going to get something like this, and that's the final answer. We could try to simplify this further if we wanted to, but that's not really the main intention of this example.